These are the plaintiffs, Giulio and Nancy Riggio. Giulio says his daughter lived in the defendant's house with 3 other girls for the 4 years they attended college. And now that they've moved out, the guy's turned into a villain. The man must have something wrong with him or something, because he's withholding $382 of security for a non-issue. And he's here in the name of justice suing him for the return of their money. This is the defendant, George Dallas. He says the plaintiff installed track lighting for the girls 4 years ago. And when they moved out, he took the lights with him. The lease states the lights would become his property when the tenants moved out. The guy ripped them off the ceiling and he withheld some security to cover his loss. End of story. He's accused of lighting up a dispute.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiffs say that their daughter is a college student, was taken advantage of by the landlord, but the defendant says the girl and her roommates took the lights on the ceiling with them. It's the case of the lights are out and no one's home, literally.
Giulio and Nancy Riggio?
Yes.
You are suing George and Carmela Dallas. You have authority to represent Carmela. Is that your wife?
Yes.
Okay. Your child's former landlords, but I guess you guys signed the lease?
Yes.
Okay. For $382, representing your portion of the security deposit, which has been withheld from you, you say wrongfully.
Correct.
Okay. What happened?
Pretty much on February 26, 2011, we did a walkthrough in the house that my daughter took with three other girls, and we walked through and pretty much saw certain things that we how to get done in the house. And pretty much when we walked upstairs, there was one light fixture in the bedroom and one light fixture over the stairway, like a porcelain fixture, single lamp fixture.
Okay.
So I asked George pretty much if I could do something with the lighting, pretty much because it wasn't adequate.
Are you an electrician by
trade? Yes, I am. Local 3.
Now, why were the girls going to be living there? Was there a reason? Was it college?
For college.
Okay. Mom, can you switch with her and let me just have her in here for a moment? And where were you going to college?
I went to Sacred Heart University.
All right. And you lived in the same house all 4 years?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
No dorms over there?
There were, but we were there for 6 years total, so.
Everything was smooth sailing?
Yeah.
Every year you'd renew the lease?
Yes.
Okay. Ever any increase in the rent?
No.
Okay. So, Dad, you ended up changing the lighting.
That's
because
correct.
according to you had his authority to do so. And you
Yes.
changed it to what?
I actually, over the stairway, there was one fixture, one porcelain fixture. I removed that and put a track light with four heads on it.
Four
Pretty much-
cans?
Four, removable, tracks, so you could pretty much tilt them where you want it. Because they had 2 desks set up in that area. And in the bedroom, there was also a single light. I removed the single light and put up 2 surface-mounted 4-foot fluorescent lights. I have a picture of them if you want to take a look.
Yeah, can I see a picture?
Yes.
Because I'm having a hard time
Yes,
picturing.
I'm sorry.
And let me see any emails between you.
Yes.
That's old.
Okay, so that's the light that was there.
Correct.
Oh, and then you put these
I took them down already because I didn't have them at the time with a picture of them.
Do you have a picture of the track lighting?
No, I don't.
Do you? Okay. All right, so when you're moving, you send an email to him saying what?
Pretty much, I sent the email saying that we will be, once we leave at the end of the lease, I would like to know if you'd like to purchase the lights.
The track lighting that you put up, that he gave you permission to put up?
Yeah, or I would remove them. I mean, I gave him the option. I was pretty much saying if he does want them, since there was only one, an old fixture there, I figured if he wanted to leave it to pretty much modernize the place, I would leave him there and charge him for it. If not, I would remove them. So he decided that after 4 years, without an increase, he said, with the rent, that he would think that they should stay.
Did you keep the original light that was there?
Yes, I did. When I removed it, I left it in the closet up in their bedroom. And then when I pretty much took my fixtures down, I replaced what was there. The only thing I didn't replace was, to be honest with you, on it, is in the over the stairs. I didn't have time running late, so I left the track there.
Right,
and I
so you
left one
didn't
head
patch
there.
up the holes at the track left and replace that
No,
light
the track
like
was
you.
still there.
I never took the track down.
No, the track was still there.
I left the
That means that he's got to do something.
Well,
that means he has to do something. He has to put lighting in that track, pay an electrician, and have the guy come and replace the can. You were kind of surprised when you read the email, right?
I was very surprised, and I also cited the clause in the lease that indicated that anything
Well,
that
no. If you had what ends up happening is, let's take a step back. You end up sending him an email on Friday, February 20th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon saying, The 2 lights upstairs in the bedroom and the track light are going to be removed and replaced with the original light that was there. If you want them to stay, the lights cost us $100 and the track was $150. Please let us know. On February 23rd, 3 days later, when was going to be the end of the lease? The month of February?
June 1st.
June
no.
1st.
Oh, so,
June.
okay.
Yeah.
On February 23rd, he sends an email back saying, I'm a little surprised that you're looking to retrieve the lights that you installed 4 years ago. Perhaps the fact that there was no rent increase during the past 4 years would be enough to offset the cost of this improvement. And then any and all above described work shall become part of the dwelling. So let me see the lease. Does anybody, I want to see a good legible copy of the lease.
I'll take one.
Okay. Tenants will not remodel or make any structural changes, alterations, or additions to the premises and will not paint, decorate, install, attach, remove, or exchange appliances or equipment, nor change the existing locks of the premises without prior written permission of the landlord or his agent. Any of the above described work shall become part of the dwelling. Okay. So what he's saying is, yeah, he told you to go ahead and take it out and then you got to leave it the way it came, which is what most things say. Okay. But then he told you right away, 4 months before you removed the stuff, no, it's part of the dwelling. And he showed you this part. He says, so those belong to me, do not remove them. And you removed them anyway. So now let's talk about, is it part of the dwelling, is what I meant. Okay. The lease says it's part of the dwelling, which is his argument. Tell me why that is part of the dwelling. Go ahead.
Well, there's a clause in the lease that talks about anything that gets attached to the dwelling becomes part of the dwelling.
Right.
And I asked my attorney whether light fixtures are considered appliances. And he said his interpretation under Connecticut law is that a light fixture is considered an appliance.
Right. So go ahead. What is it you kept of the security deposit and why?
My cost of restoring lighting, which it was replacing 4 of the cans that had been removed.
Okay.
And, putting lighting back in that room instead of just having 1 fixture. 3 LED hi-hats, which I put in instead of the fluorescent lights because I didn't like the fluorescent lights.
Yeah, but why do they have to pay that?
Each hi-hat was...
Yeah, I know what... I'm sorry. Am I missing something?
It's $50.
All right, listen to me. Stop. He put this in the girls' room. That is what he had in the girls' room. He took that out. This is what you had. So if he took this out, he's trying to say, well, this is all you get. I agree with you. He's wrong. You get this. Go out and buy 2 of these. But what you did is to actually install hi-hats and pay an electrician to do that. Why would they have to pay for that?
Because my cost of purchasing 2 4-foot fluorescents is actually greater.
Prove it.
Okay. I don't have a catalog here, but I know if I go to Home Depot, a 4-foot fluorescent.
You kind of have to prove that.
Is well over $100. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What say you, electrician, that 4-foot fluorescents are?
4-foot fluorescent wraparounds, they probably at Home Depot, if you want to buy them, they're probably about $60.
Each or both?
Each.
Mm-hmm.
So 120 and the bulbs.
That's with the bulbs. They come with the bulbs in the package. But can I say something?
The total is 3 hours of labor, which was $305. Switch plate, 59 cents. What was that?
There were a couple of switch plates, that were broken that I needed to replace, and a couple of outlet covers that I needed to replace.
What happened here, really? Seriously, because you couldn't have been nicer when this whole thing started out. I saw an email that you sent them early on. It's an email that you sent him on February 26, 2011, which was lovely. And it's talking to him about being a parent and knowing that your girls are safe. And
we did feel
your
that
girls
way.
are the best girls, : you have great parents, : you already know your girls are the best. Who wrote this? Someone with a lot of soul. Was it you or your wife? Tell the truth.
Both.
Okay, it was really sweet,
But
you know?
she wasn't there.
No, it was you. No, it was you. And now Carmela and I know we have a new extended family. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you people are here. You're killing me.
Neither can we.
Well, I know, but you know what it is? Each of you are playing Canis Mas Macho over $300 when there's this relationship that's so cute all this time, you know? All right, folks.
Can I also say
I'm going to
something?
take, no, we're done.
Okay.
I'm going to take a short recess. I need everything, please.
Okay.
So if you're a tenant, are you allowed to take the lights when you leave?
They improved the property that is owned by the landlord, so in all technicality, they can claim that property once it's been added.
Wow, you sound like a real estate guy.
Yes, I have my license.
Okay, fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
We've got you with permission to alter. We've got a lease that you signed, I didn't sign it, you did,
Correct.
that says any alterations become part of the dwelling. I think that what you asked me to interpret that as is, well, only if they're without permission. That's not how that reads. It says, A, you got to get permission, and anything you alter is part of the dwelling. So I got to ask myself, is lighting part of the dwelling, because it's an alteration, and obviously it is, because there's no question it is. So yeah, you're right. You get to have the track lighting, and you get to have the two, things. Does that amount to 382? Even by your math, put your hand down. Okay. Even by your math, it does. It amounts to 382. Because if it's $120 for that, and then you got to pay an electrician a couple $100 to come out there, even not getting to the cost of the cans, it's more than 382. So he's right. He has a right to keep the amount that he kept. By the way, there's no question that within 30 days he wrote the letter informing you of why he was keeping it, right? Okay. Because that would disable him from being able to claim it. But no, he's crossed every T and dotted every I. He's right. My verdict is for the defendant.
You heard that gavel come down, and the judge say my verdict is for the defendant.
Yes.
Is the plaintiff here?
Yes, I disagree with it. I never, I figured a light fixture is not part of a dwelling, but I had permission, but I guess I already,
You disagree with it, but you
I lost.
understand it.
Yeah, somewhat. I understand somewhat. So I guess when you read a lease, I guess you have to pretty much, even though
How
you're...
did this whole nice relationship between you and the landlord, what broke down there? Wasn't he really a good landlord?
Not really. I pretty much did a lot of work
When
in
a
the
landlord
house.
charged you
All those nice
$1.50
messages?
for a switchblade,
That was in the beginning, 4 years ago when we first met. A lot of people say a lot of things when you first meet, but then after 4 years, I guess you see somebody's true colors.
Okay. All right. Head right down there. All right, come on in here. And so you win your case. You feeling on this outcome here?
I believe the judge made the correct decision. I wasn't trying to overcharge the tenants. I was trying to just point out that my cost of replacing what they had
You're charging
done.
them $1.50 for the plates and stuff like that?
No, and by the way, none of the three other tenants had any objection.
Okay. Harvey?
Just so you know, Kurt, the law in most states is that it's the intent of what you do when you make an improvement to an apartment. And when you put lights into the walls, that's the landlord's.